Very well. This is 28th of March 2022, and Charles Nenner speaking from Israel with me, speaking from Switzerland for an update on the markets this past week. Thank you very much, Charles, for your kind attention. Let's jump right to it. Let's talk about the Bovespa. I'll share the screen here with you. We have here the weekly chart of the Bovespa. Let me get this out of the way. And your system is projecting that on July the 22nd, we would have the bottom, meaning mid to long term, we still have not seen the end of this bear market or this down move here, right? Am I correct?
Yes, you see that if you go a little bit to the left, you see that there was a little move up.
Okay.
And then if you go down, you see that the cycle
here.
Correct. You see that the cycle had a little move up. The red one is the cycle on the bottom. And that caused the bounce up here. But then a good tradable low is only going to come where you see the cursor. And you see on the left side the date of the cursor, and that's in July.
It's the 22nd of July. It is very interesting because in the past two weeks, the Bovespa has rallied for about 6.4, 6.9, almost 7% in the past 2 weeks. So it's interesting to see how these counter moves they develop. And
yeah, but most markets in the world had this counter rally.
Right. And it is good to see that, to be on the safe side on a mid to long term range, we would be waiting until July the 22nd to trade the Bovespa safely. Let me run to the Bovespa, to the Bovespa in dollar, which is the ETF iShares Brazil EWZ. And here we see this move that I'm talking about in these past 2 weeks, and reaching almost 38 here on the Brazilian market in dollars, the ETF. And would you please elaborate for me now what we see in this chart on the daily? This is the daily chart of the ETF EWZ iShares MCI Brazil. And this past 2 weeks, the movement I just talked about of around 7% is represented here. But then we seem to have a market top. Is that so?
Well, you see, it's very interesting. You see, starting in 2019, that's what the system does. It calculates all the tops and the bottoms. And the last low was the reason why we see this still strong move up. But then now it's going flat. So it doesn't come down now, but it says, I'm going to hang around till the end of April. And then it has to come down in order to form the weekly low that we're looking for by the 22nd of July.
Right. So this target right here, it would be then a cycle top.
Yes, somewhere there's a cycle top. It starts going horizontal, but I think it's more or less over there.
Very well. So around April 29, we'll see a top on the Bovespa, and then would regain that move to that we saw from July, which will be the bottom again.
Right. And then it's especially for long-term investors, it's a good time to go long.
In July, it will be a good time to go long. Very well. Okay, that's it for the Brazilian Bovespa. Let's take a look also at the Real then, which is quite interesting if we look on the weekly and the daily. Let's look at the daily chart of the Real. It seems that this down move that you predicted from 5.7 into 5 has been validated and solidified. It has closed between 490. Last week it was a bloodshed. It kind of is the reverse of the Bovespa, but we see here on the 3rd of May, a cycle
We
bottom.
see a daily low on the 3rd of May. Our long-term target is 439. It doesn't mean it has to be reached till May 3rd, but it could go down and then have a small bounce and then continue down again until it reaches the downside price target.
We were projecting on the other video the 439 or the low on the Bovespa for November this year. So
right.
On the daily
long-term chart, it will go down until the end of October, November.
Right. And on the 3rd of May, we might have a rebound and see what happens. Okay,
right.
very well. So you can see right here, the prediction of the chart bottom on May the 3rd. Moving on to the Bitcoin, which is always interest for our audience. We have here the daily chart as well. What are we looking at?
Well, we're looking at the last low that we had around 35,000. And the cycle is up, at least until you see where the cursor is again. And you can see the date on the left side. So we expect the Bitcoin to continue up into May.
Up into May, and then will be very safe to take profits and get out of.
Yes, so as you see, it's the cycle predicts all the time the highs and the lows. And it takes out emotions from trading. So this makes it very simple. You just buy when the cycle bottoms and you sell when the cycle tops.
And particularly is very impressive because the cycles are just perfect. You see the bottom here, they align in a very precise manner.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. So Bitcoin to top around the 4th of May.
Right.
Okay, Charles, I think it wraps up our update for this week. I thank you very much and wish you a great week over there.
Okay, we'll do it again.
We'll do it again. All the best. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.